Big one. Let's go! Bella Grace, that's for you, sweetheart. Boom!
Let's go is right. Day one, the Academy Sports and Outdoors Bassmaster Classic 2021, kicking it off at Lake Ray Roberts. Fort Worth, Texas is the place that we're at this week. You see the anglers idling out just a couple minutes ago, and fishing is underway, and we saw our reigning Classic champion, Hank Cherry, all ready with a shot across the bow of the rest of the field. Mike Sukon, Ronnie Moore here. We're excited to reach the 51st Bassmaster Classic, and we're excited to bring it to you. The rules of the game: we have a 3-day tournament this week, 8 hours to fish every single day, a 5-fish limit per angler maximum, and obviously the heaviest weight at the end of the day gets it done, Such. We're excited to have the best in the world competing for the biggest title in bass fishing.
Yeah, I talked to Hank Cherry, said he's going to, baseball term, go for 2. He won last year's Classic. He's the longest reigning champ, Ronnie, a year and 3 months. He is going to see if he can extend it.
He's the only one who can be a 2-time champion in this field, being our reigning champion. And we have a lot of hungry anglers hitting Ray Roberts today. Big fish galore. We're going to break it all down all day long. The full crew will join us as well. We are in the state of Texas. We are in Fort Worth here in the Will Rogers Expo Center, and the anglers are up at Lake Ray Roberts, about 60 miles north of where we are in the Expo, Isle du Bois State Park. And you see this Trinity River fishery. Not what we expected in June. When we rescheduled this event early in January from the March time period into June, a lot of people were saying, hey, maybe lower water, summer temperatures, offshore fish, but that is not the case this week. As you see our set here in the Expo Center, Ronnie Moore with Mike Sukon, we have a lot of different conditions out on the water, Such. Higher than normal water, and they're keeping it there. They're not dropping it. They're not raising it. We're going to have stable conditions, but much higher than normal this time of the year.
Yeah, the conditions are up in the bushes. We think we're going to catch a lot of big fish, Shell. Ronnie, I want to check your Texas knowledge, though.
Throughout the day?
Texas music knowledge.
Okay.
No, right now.
Don't
waste
ready?
It.
Don't waste it all on Facebook Live. We're excited to bring you all the action.
No. Finish this song. We hope the bass on Ray, they buy it all day.
Big bass galore.
Come on, you got to do the
I don't know,
clap.
Such. But we're starting off great here on the Academy Sports and Outdoors Facebook Live show for day one at Lake Ray Roberts. The takeoff, a lot of our anglers dispersed. Even though Ray Roberts isn't that big of a fishery compared to some that we've done, because of the water, because of the ability to get away from others, a lot of anglers spending time by themselves, not seeing many competitors this week. Steve Kennedy, one of our anglers live.
Look at that bite.
2 early fish for Steve Kennedy.
He, after last year's fork
coming.
event, went up there and caught his personal best 10-pound, 10-ounce fish, Ronnie.
And he is one, when you're searching individual big fish, he is really not a fisherman. He is a hunter this week.
So.
He said that he would hunt the big ones.
And he was so aggressive. Oh, and there's one. Not what we're looking for. Yeah, anyway, it's a bite, but not what we're looking for. Dug in. White bass.
Woo.
You see that? This place is just loaded with white bass. My hands are slick.
Kennedy is keyed up this morning, Such, and rightfully so. Day one of maybe the rest of your life.
Ooh, flying
He really
fish.
wants a classic.
Not what we're looking for, though.
He is in an area there biting this morning. Already
Not
2
what
in the
we're
boat,
looking
2 non-keepers as well that he's caught back-to-back casts.
Big ones, a 4 or 5. The bass truck is lighting up, Ronnie.
I had 18 bites in 2 hours. I'm gonna try to get 18 in one. It's gonna be over quick. We don't have the overcast today, so we got a little breeze though, that helps. But yeah, they're on a shad spawn this morning. Swimming a white jig. Something I love to do, so.
Something he loves to do, Such, and it's something he got second place in the 2017 Classic here in the state of Texas. Steve Kennedy will keep our eyes on him when big fish are involved. He is one that we're thinking of, as well as this man, Chris Zaldain. We'll call him the Fort Worth native, the Fort Worth kid. Moved here and has fished Ray Roberts quite a bit over the last calendar year.
He displayed how fickle it was in a store I saw by Steve Wright. He caught 33.5 pounds one day, Ronnie, in March, and one fish the next day.
Yeah, so we've made about 20 casts or so on this spot. It's just a kind of off-the-bank rock hump. And I'm looking for the biggest bass in this area, and I'm throwing these big swim baits. I had a 6-pounder here in practice, but that was 7 days ago. And we got a nice big crowd behind us, and we're gonna run the juice today. I mean, I'm not gonna hold anything back. I'm going swim bait fishing today. We have wind, we have sun today. There's a lot of fish that move around on Lake Ray Roberts. So when most of these guys are just fishing bushes on the bank, I'm gonna stick and move, fish a lot of off the bank type stuff, because all the bites I'm getting, all the bites I've had in practice have all been giants. And I'd be happy with just 3 on this, glide bait or 8-inch mag draft. And then, maybe go flipping or frogging later in the day. But for these first couple hours, I'm gonna fish every big swim bait spot I know, because this is the Classic, and I'm fishing this week like it's a 1-day tournament, 3 days in a row. So every day is different. You can't hold back or save anything. Whatever bites is, bites that day, and then it's just a whole new day the next day. So we're gonna keep mixing it up here. This first spot's a really good one. It's just a rock hump, and I'm fishing real shallow, like 4 to 6. The fish I caught here in practice was a big post-spawn fish. It was probably 8 or 9 pounds in the spring. It was a big postie. But there are some pre-spawn fish too, big ones. So with water being high, it's, normally this is like an island. Good depth on it. Again, Lake Ray Roberts does not have a lot of fish in it, but the ones you do get to bite are generally freaking big.
Chris Zaldain, one of our anglers live, as well as our reigning Angler of the Year, one of the 5 Texans in the Classic this week. Clark Wendlandt had a confidence to him in all of our pre-tournament interviews. Very excited about fishing this Classic. His first Classic in quite a while, Such. Very veteran angler, has won so much but has not won a Classic, and wouldn't that be just a cap off to a great career for him to win that?
Yeah, I gave a Angler of the Year speech Wednesday night here, Ronnie, to the whole field of
Truly
54.
takes a family to support an angler in fishing for this long, and this is some stuff that happened earlier today for Clark Wendlandt out on Ray Roberts. Missed him. Flip back in this bush.
Hank Cherry took the early lead, then Steve Kennedy grabbed it from him. Now Drew Benton's on top, Ronnie. It's going to be fast and furious today, at least early so far.
And while we have stable water level conditions, it's been high over the last few days, and it's staying high. They're not dropping it down fast and furiously. The one thing that is different, a lot of cloud cover and rainier conditions Friday, Saturday, Sunday of their practice, as well cloudy conditions on Wednesday for final practice. And so, like Kennedy mentioned, that sun's going to burn off those clouds. The shad spawn may not last as long, and these anglers are going to have to get to work and adjust a little bit. But some of these guys wanted sun, and we will break down why that is, whether they're fishing bushes, whether they're in the timber fields, in those ditches, some offshore spots, different things. Sun can help, and that's the one big change-up. We mentioned Hank Cherry. You said he's close, if not on the top of the leaderboard for most of the morning already. The first 30 minutes of fishing was one of the first boats to lead us out, and this was Hank Cherry earlier today.
The outlook sure changed from the first 3-day practice, Ronnie. On Wednesday, a lot of anglers came back saying they were getting a lot more bites. So the stability of the water may have had something to do with that.
Yeah.
Have to be 14 inches to be keepers this week. And that is keeper number 3, I believe, for Hank Cherry. Well, now we're back out to Cherry.
Bacon.
This is earlier today. Excuse me. If you're just joining us on the Academy Sports and Outdoors Facebook Live show for the Classic.
Let's go!
Day 1 started off with a bang early
Boat
for
race.
Hank Cherry.
4.5 pounder.
That's for you, sweetheart. Boom!
We finally got to see that emotion, those reactions last year in the Classic, and he's already feeling it day 1 this morning, Such.
Morning update. You know, it's kind of slow than I thought it was going to be, but I think the wind blew the clouds out pretty fast. I've got 2, 1 good one. Looking for 4 more just like it. I got a little more company than I thought I was going to have. But that's the fishing game. You don't know where anybody's going, what they're going to do. But I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good day. This is not really the primary spot, but it turned into one yesterday. Well, not yesterday, actually, practice day. I think Jay Willie's got one. While I was practicing, I came just to check this out because I'd had a bite or 2 over here, but it wasn't really anything I was going to be too concerned about. And then the next thing you know, it turns into a really good spot. So I'm basically just going to take my time, mosey around, flip some bushes, shock blade some bushes, and Lord willing, gonna get 4 more big ones.
We've already seen a flipping bite for Hank Cherry and a moving bait bite as well. A lot of different approaches to this fishery, and I got to ride with Patrick Walters final day of practice, and he's really kept a lot of things honest, so we will see what he keys in on day 1 as the conditions change.
Good looking start for Patrick Walters, Ronnie.
That's how you start the 51st Bassmaster Classic right there.
Getting it started with Patrick Walters.
Smell the fish.
Hey, he's deadly in Texas, as we've seen at Lake Fork. We have Corey Johnston live all day as well. We'll have 10 anglers live today, bonus coverage as well. Marshall's in every single boat, media as well. This is the Bassmaster Classic. This is why we've moved it to June, to do it the right way, to do it the way we wanted to. And they're biting. The opportunity is there for these anglers. Wow. Just moments ago for Corey Johnston missing and then catching this fish. And before we came to Corey Johnston, moments before that, we got to see a little bit from him as well, hooked up with, looks like a better one. That is the thing we're going to see today, Such. Plenty of good quality fish. We may not see the quantity at other lakes, but Ray Roberts has the quality. And hey, it only takes 5 a day, 15 for 3 days to become a Bassmaster Classic champion. And that's what these 54 anglers are searching for this week, the right 5 per day.
There's a third of the field with fish already. Kennedy hooked up again.
I mean, you can see the weight coming. Dude, that's what we're looking for right there. That's what we're looking for right there. Get a limit of these. That one was super aggressive. Give me 4, come on. It says 4.5. Gotta visualize, come on.
That was
said
earlier
5?
today. No, he said 4.5. That was earlier today, his big one. We've seen some other catches from Kennedy as well. We're rolling through all of those this morning to show you how good they are biting at Ray Roberts. This is just a
Solid
small
limit of
sample.
these guys, and we can go play. I thought he was bigger.
Kennedy has been very confident, had a great practice day on Wednesday, was excited about this tournament. The style of fishing really
15.
sets up with him.
Gotta visualize, come on now.
Visualize an attack.
Get some.
And this was moments ago. We did not show you this one earlier. This is just moments ago. Kennedy keeping it rolling, trying to catch, like he said, 18 bites in the first hour. That's his goal. And he is on his way to that as well.
Come on, baby.
Start the Classic with a bang. No better way to do it, Ronnie.
Lake Ray Roberts, unknown to most of these anglers, unknown to the Bassmaster tournament circuit. We've had one big event here, the Toyota Texas Bass Classic back in 2016. Matt Herron, our champion there, will be on camera today. You can watch that as well. Reigning Classic champ, reigning Angler of the Year. Plenty of Elite Series winners on camera, new guys, international flair as well. We've got some eager and hungry anglers out on the water trying to get it done on Ray Roberts. We're going to see a lot of different looks today on this interesting fishery just north of Fort Worth where we are for the 51st Academy Sports and Outdoors Bassmaster Classic, and you can tune in all day long. Bassmaster.com for Bassmaster Live, starting at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, all the way through 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We will cover the entire day, day one. We're happy to join you and hang with us all day. Bassmaster Classic.